What's going on, guys? We're going to take a look at the Nasdaq futures as the day comes to a close here, just about 30-45 minutes before the day's session is over. So, kind of putting everything into context, going back to last Friday, we had some nasty selling, and then obviously that last hour of the day we kind of pushed up. Today pretty much did not really do anything for the Bulls nor the Bears. Today pretty much is, a day that I kind of came in expecting. I was expecting us to be a little bit choppy today, and I was expecting us, to kind of have some moves to the long side, moves to the short side. But if we kind of look at what's going on here on the daily time frame, we pretty much went sideways, right? So if we go back to where we were at last Thursday, we can see this indecision candle here that we have, followed by the aggressive selling on Friday, and then that intraday bounce that kind of took us back, or the end of day bounce that kind of took us back, to the middle of the range, so to say. Another indecision day. If we kind of look at what we did today, yeah, we took out the candles, the candles high, but the wick we are still trading below. We still have a lot of price action stuck here. If we kind of see where that correlates, it's right under the 5 and 10 day moving average. Does anything change? Is this the short-term bottom? Could we be looking at a dead cat bounce? It's still too early to kind of tell. Today, the Bulls did have two opportunities where they were kind of testing that 5-day moving average, kind of flirted with getting over that very, very quickly and got pushed down. As it stands now, assuming that nothing changes here within the last 45 minutes of the day, we are below the 5-day moving average. Now, one thing that I would have liked to see for the Bulls going forward was at least that reclaim of the 5-day moving average. That price is 1200, or sitting right around 12045. So we're only about 45 points away from that. It's not too much. One thing that I do want to note, it's also below the 10-day moving average, which is currently sitting at 12103, somewhere in that vicinity. Now, what are we looking at going into this week? Okay, we got some Fed talk. We do have Jay Powell coming on to speak. We have to keep kind of a close ear to the ground on what kind of headlines are passing through. If we kind of go back to last week's price action, this top wick from Friday, and today's top wick also correlating with the 10-day moving average, we can see that these are all starting to align, right? So pretty much today's price action, even though we bounced a little bit, it didn't really do anything. Like, we didn't really go higher. We didn't go lower. We obviously know that we have the line in the sand to the downside. What I'm also going to be taking a look at is today's lows. So these three levels is what I'm going to really focus on for this week. Do we get over this top supply here? Now, if we break through this top supply here, this is going to be room for a day trade. This is going to be room for perhaps even a multi-day kind of dead cat bounce. We will have room into 12,542 on the Nasdaq futures, which is about 500 points, depending on if that spreads across 4 or 5 days at 100 points each, or 2 days at 250 points each, or 1 day at 400 points each. It's yet to be determined. But what is going to be something of interest is, can we get over that level? And if we can get over the 5 and 10 day moving average, well, then that's definitely something you're going to want to be involved in. If we get over the 10 day moving average, you're definitely going to want to be involved in this dead cat bounce. A lot of money is going to be made. Now, if we do have any sort of gap up tomorrow, where maybe we gap into the 10-day moving average or just a slightly over, what you're going to need to do is at least sit out for the first hour, that first 30 minutes at least. You're going to need within the first 2 hours to kind of reclaim those highs and then get long after that. Now, if you just jump in right off the bell and you kind of hold your position thinking everything's okay, we're over the 10-day moving average, and we get stuffed within that first 1 to 2 hours, we could very well chop around and then start to lose. Now, if we do lose this area, which you can see here, the both times before recently where we've kind of got over the 10-day moving average, we've had a nice spike here, and then they get sold off. So these last 2 days where we kind of got over that 10-day moving average all came on Fed talks. And what's happening, I think, tomorrow or Wednesday. I believe Jay Powell's going to be speaking tomorrow or Wednesday, right? So if we kind of think about that, if they get us over this level here on the 10-day moving average and they kind of take us up here, everyone's going to think, oh, this is the bottom, bears never learn. And then next thing you know, like we've seen here, right, and here, we get those big moves over the 10-day moving average, get sold off, and then we continue to make lower lows. So realistically, you know, we're not out of the woods yet until we start reclaiming the 20-day moving average. You can see here, we didn't even get close to testing it. Here we got close to testing it and got rejected. So it's not until the bulls can get over 12,539, which is going to be this level here, until we can get a daily close over that, is where I'm going to start to feel a little bit more comfortable for that continued dead cat bounce. Next spot from there would be around that 13,000 mark. So I just want you guys to put these levels on your chart so you guys can be aware and be ready for them when and if they happen. And if you guys want to trade with me each and every single day live, you know, kind of ask questions intraday or whatever, get access to some strategies, definitely join the Discord. Check out my website at evolutiontraders.com. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube. I do technical analysis updates every single day for the most part. And with that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next one.